What's up, YouTube? Had a lot of interest in this Yamaha EZ-AG guitar. It's a digital instrument. I just wanted to make a quick video to kind of explain a little bit more about it. I'm not an expert on it, but I do enjoy collecting guitars. I don't have the original box for the AG, but somewhere along the lines of gaining my collection, I was able to keep the box for the EZ-AG. It does have a whammy bar on this one, but I ended up selling it because I really like the EZ-AG. And easy is just a Yamaha term for exactly what you think it is. Easy to play. And essentially what they wanted to do is create an electronic instrument that was more of a teaching tool than anything else. So it's pretty neat. It's a novelty, if anything. And you know, I'm a guitarist. I'm in a local band here in upstate South Carolina. I've got a couple guitars on the wall. You may notice what some of them are, but I haven't played this one live. And you'll see it's got some uniqueness about it, and which kind of makes it not so practical for playing live. But I guess I'll start on the back. It's powered with AA batteries. So I've got 6 AA batteries in the back. So you can actually play this out and about, unplugged. It does also have I believe this one's a 9 volt. No, this one's a 12 volt. The EZ-AG, the electronic version of the electronic guitar, uses 9 volt from what I remember. You do have MIDI connections, so you got a MIDI in and MIDI out, and you have headphones or a guitar port out as well. And then your button to turn the guitar on is here. This is a really cool feature. It also has the speaker here, so you don't have to plug into anything, and you can have this out at the campfire with friends hanging out. Great conversation piece. And the buttons on the fretboard are pretty unique, and these are actually real strings. Not in the sense of what you would think of a normal guitar is. The gauge, I believe, is the same across all 6, maybe a slight difference in the bass and the treble, but not really much of a difference. Not really a discernible difference. And one of the cool things is when you turn it on, let's see if you can see it light up. And if you can notice, it says Yamaha in LEDs. It scrolls one way and then it scrolls the other way. Let's do that one more time. Cool little feature. Now, this guitar has so many settings, I probably won't be able to go over them all, but you basically have a value setting here, and you can go up and down. You can change the tempo, capo, volume, and tuning. And then over here, because it is a learning tool with Yamaha, you can actually select demo songs. And as you play the song, when you start it, it'll light up the fretboard of where you need to place your fingers. So let's just start with a couple items. Changing the volume, I'll just do it open strumming. It's in standard tuning. Setting is 80. Let's crank it up all the way. And this is right through the speaker. A little louder, and just strumming, you can hear it. And we'll do a little picking. Now, one other thing you can do is the sound select. We're on setting number 1. Let's do an E chord. If I change the value, that's the 20 different sounds you get that are automatically loaded into the guitar. Now, what's one of the cool features is, since it's MIDI capable, you can connect any sound. So that could be you whistling, it could be your voice, it could be a tap, and then you just change the tempo in the MIDI. You can create your own sounds with that, and possibilities with MIDI are endless. I guess the caveat is, how do you maintain the soul of your music when it comes to that? And there's a lot of artists out there that know how to do that, going that route. Now, I'm not a piano player. I do know how to play a little bit, but I think as a guitarist or a musician who doesn't really aspire to become a great pianist, you can call it lazy, you can just call it ignorance, or whatever you want to call it. I'm too busy. I have other priorities. This is a really cool alternative, albeit I haven't worked it into my live gigs, but it is a really cool instrument to have with the grand piano sound. And there are other plugins, MIDI plugins, piano, that sound much better than this. But here's a couple examples using one of my original songs. No vocals, so you can hear it, but this song's called Back Home. So again, on a regular guitar, that may not sound as electronic. I mean, that's common sense, but you can hear the button clicking, you can hear different things. The strings are articulate, but they're not going to match what you would get out of a regular guitar. Let me just grab one of these acoustic guitars, and we'll do a quick comparison of the sound. I can hear some of the tones are not quite what I would expect. This is one of my favorite classical guitars. This is a Del Vecchio out of Sao Paulo, Brazil. So of course you hear the sustain, you hear the sound, the volume, the body within that guitar. We'll keep this one on the piano setting, but you'll be able to hear the articulation is much different. So I hope you like this video. I'll get into a little bit more detail in another video following this. It kind of shows you the automatic features of the guitar. It is a pretty cool learning tool. I didn't start with this. I basically just listened to commercials on TV, and I tried to match the sound when I was real little. 3 strings on the guitar, so a completely different way of learning music. But I don't know how I would have reacted if I had one of these. It's pretty complex, pretty futuristic. even though it's over 30 years old. I believe it was made in 1990. I don't see the date too close here. Anyway, it was made in 1990s. Yamaha was and always has been pretty ahead of their time. Would I play this live? Probably. Is it the easiest guitar I've ever played? No, it's pretty difficult to play in time just because of all the mechanisms and how everything has to line up to play. But all in all, if you're looking for just something to have fun with, something cool, something different, I highly recommend it if you can get one. I do prefer this model over the EZ-AG. AG stands for acoustic guitar, EZ electric guitar. I know how funny that sounds because they're both electronic, but the electric does have a whammy, and I just preferred the sounds I was getting out of this guitar. So peace out. Thank you. I hope this answered some of the questions from the last video. It's blown up, so I appreciate you guys. Thank you.